Hello, guys. I'm Han. This is Kelly.
Hi.
We just wanted to thank you guys so much for the support that you've given for my hand and my finger. So I really had a kind of horrific accident in the gym where I was lifting with the dumbbells and I dropped their 50 pounders. I'm doing I do 6 sets of 20, 25 inclined, and I do 6 sets of 20, 25 with the 50 pounders. So in each hand, so I'm putting it down. I didn't notice Kelly's weight was already in the ground. And there's a lot of momentum whenever you put it and you're dropping it, your fingers like this. And it just smacked the side of Kelly's thing. And it almost exploded. So half my finger basically came off. And it was really hanging off. I mean, I would show the picture, but it's really disgusting and graphic.
Yeah, it's probably
and
a bit too graphic.
You guys don't want to see that. If you really want to see it, if a bunch of people say, hey, show me the picture, then maybe I'll do a video showing it. But it's pretty bad.
We'll do a big warning at the beginning.
I had to do 13 stitches. They had to cut my nail off completely. They gave me, what was really bad about it was, I just looked at it. I wasn't screaming or yelling. I just looked at it and was like, hey, I got to go to the hospital right now. So she had to drive me to the emergency room. First, we stopped home. We grabbed a towel and we grabbed some. We grabbed a towel and we grabbed a bag of ice. Went to the emergency room, but the really bad part about it was we had to wait over 4 hours in the emergency room, guys, because it was so packed.
In the waiting room of the emergency room.
Yeah, in the waiting room of the emergency room. So they took me back, looked at it, took my blood pressure, all that. That was relatively quick, first 30 minutes. And then after that, we were waiting for 3.5 hours. I don't know why it was so busy. And, I mean, people talk about the American healthcare system, but it's actually pretty good. They'll get you what you need almost immediately within the day. But apparently they were just so backed up that day that it was crazy. And it's the Cleveland Clinic, which is the number 2 hospital in the world. And people fly over from all across the world to go to the Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah,
whenever I had my kidney stuff, as you guys know, I had stage 5 kidney disease, recovered from it. I was at the Cleveland Clinic as well. They took great care of me. Their doctors are fantastic and phenomenal. And they basically, I'm sitting there for 4 hours with my hand, and I had no pain medicine or anything. And then they finally took me back. They were trying to decide if they could save my nail, if they could save my finger, what's going on. And they ended up basically giving me 13 stitches. They had a syringe that was this big filled with liquid. Not the needle was this big, just the syringe. And then the needle was that big as well. They stuck it right into my palm, and then they injected it completely. I could feel the liquid go all the way down my hand, and it numbed it completely. That's whenever I seen them have a knife. They cut the nail off completely, and they had to put a ring on my finger to make it like a tourniquet, really tight, because it was bleeding so much, to stop the bleeding so that they could work on it. And they just kept pouring alcohol or something on it to cleanse it, just over and over and over. And then they gave me the stitches and all that. And it was quite eventful because I had to stay in a hospital bed, and they had an IV hooked up to me. My blood pressure was a little high, so now they're like, "Oh, we got to give you blood pressure medicine, and then also we're gonna give you IV and then
antibiotics." And
then right whenever I'm about to leave, this is, so we got there at 4 p.m. This is now 10 o'clock. I'm about to leave, and they're like, "Hey." Kelly looks at my arm. She's like, I got to go get the doctor right now. Because what happened, Kelly?
Yeah, there was just some flesh bumps, raised. It looks a bit like an allergic reaction.
It didn't look a bit like it. It was.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't totally sure at the time.
Yeah. No, that looked like a straight up allergic reaction.
So, yeah, I told them. And it was funny because just about a month ago or so, Han got an ear infection. And so he got antibiotics for that. I think it was just, regular amoxicillin. And after a few days of taking that, his lips swollen. We found out he's allergic.
My lips woke up like.
Yeah, it was pretty puffy, pretty poking out. And we found out he's allergic to amoxicillin. And then whatever, I don't remember what type they gave him in through the IV with this time, but it basically is like part of like the psyllin family, I guess you could say.
Penicillin or something.
Something like that. I don't think it was penicillin, but either way, we've realized now that he can't do any of like the penicillins, amoxicillins, any of that for antibiotics. He's allergic to them. So they got him on a different one, and then because of allergic reaction, they had to give him Benadryl.
Yeah, so I'm about to leave, and now the doctor's like, I would really recommend you stay because you can kind of die. You know what I mean? So they're like, take your shirt off. Let me see your chest. Let me see your back. You know, let me see how strong you are. No, I'm just kidding. They're like, let me see, because if it's on your chest and your back, it means it's starting to spread.
Right.
So they wanted to see all that. So I'm like, okay. And, you know, it was my dad in there. Kelly was in there, and our Elijah, who works with us, who you guys met on live before, he was there with us because he was with me when it happened in the gym. And it was so this is after everything was stitched up and ready to go, and now they had to pump Benadryl and antihistamine into me with a syringe, and they had to give me adrenaline as well. So now they're putting antihistamine directly into my bloodstream. And when I tell you that was not comfortable, it was just not comfortable, because it felt like I was on a real drug. I mean, I was sitting there. I feel like I could barely like lift my head up and look around because I was so tired, but I was also a little jittery because they gave me the adrenaline. So I had a little anxiety, and he told me that was probably going to happen. But, you know, whenever it's happening, it's kind of just like, man, the whole time I'm just fighting to stay awake. And it really kind of felt like when I was on dialysis, whenever I would get so tired that I wouldn't want to go to sleep, because for some reason, I don't know if it's just a fear that I have or whatever, it feels like if I go to sleep in the hospital or some of these places, sometimes it feels like you're not going to wake up. So I just didn't want to go to sleep yet. So I was just like, whatever, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And I just fought through it for about 30, 45 minutes. They finally let me go home. Then I had a doctor's appointment the next day.
With a hand specialist.
2 days later, because he really wanted to see it because it was so bad. And then I went in there. He showed me my x-rays. He was saying my finger, like, broken to pieces and all that at the very tip. But, you know, thank God, he said I probably won't need surgery. I just have to go back and get another x-ray next week. Then he's going to check it out again. But everything has been healing pretty good. Yeah. It actually looks like a finger now, which is, I was really scared because it did not look like it was repairable. But it's looking really good. So they have my nail in there, stitched in there. Everything's in there. And it's just going through the healing process, guys. So I really appreciate that. But the show must go on. So Kelly and I, we've been working on a really, really fun project for you guys.
Really exciting.
Where, you know, it has to do with actually interacting with people in the real world, maybe some food stuff. And we're going to be, you know, breaking out and doing a lot of cool content for you guys. So this is something that we really are excited about. And if you guys love this kind of content that we're going to be dropping next week, we're going to continue to do more. But I really appreciate everybody that's been here, that's been, you know, locking into the channel, you know, donating, even if it's $1, whatever it is. We really do appreciate it, because we've been investing in the channel a lot, and you guys will see that once you see this next video. And just your support, your prayers, all of that is what matters the most. So we love you guys, and we actually do appreciate it.
Yep, for sure. And yeah, I was just like taken aback when I saw all the wonderful support and the messages on that post we left, informing everybody, and put up a little photo of the the finger. And it's just so great to have your support, truly. Like, we really are grateful to have people that, you know, basically care about us. I mean, that's just such a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we really appreciate you all. And we hope it never goes, you know, unnoticed that how much we care back, because we really do. And we're so grateful that we get to have this be, you know, essentially our job and our life path. And we never, ever take it for granted. And again, just so much appreciation for the support. I mean, in times like these, it's just amazing. It really, really is. Yeah,
guys, you have no idea how much that means to me to see all your beautiful messages. And it just warms my heart. It truly does. It makes me emotional, and just thinking about it brings tears to my eyes, because it's like, you know, you go through a lot of stuff in life, and knowing that you have people that care about your well-being just means the world to me, guys. So thank you guys so much. We're going to keep doing content, even though I'm kind of in pain, but I'm still going to do it because I love to do it, and we cannot let you guys down. So thank you guys for being on this journey with us. We love you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.